Oh, Clemson fans, you're going to love me. Mark Rogers TV on the booms and busts from the first round of the NFL draft on Thursday night. Mike Williams, we gave him a thumbs up to the Chargers as a big play wide receiver at the next level. Deshaun Watson, a more difficult call, but a boom if handled properly in Houston by Bill O'Brien. Okay, the knocks against Deshaun Watson are basically turnovers and inaccurate downfield throwing. In comparing Mitchell Trubisky, the second overall pick in the draft, and Deshaun Watson in spinning the ball downfield, I don't see a huge difference. Yes, Trubisky might be more accurate, and in the closed sessions, the combine and in the pro day might have been more accurate and shown up for the scouts. But in the day-to-day grind, in the week-to-week grind that is ACC football and then into playoff and championship play, Mitchell Trubisky's an unknown, and we address that elsewhere. Deshaun Watson, less of an unknown. He has been on the biggest stage in college football for 2 consecutive years and showed up big when he didn't have the better team, when the better team was on the other side, when Alabama posed a defense that is the best we've seen in college football over the last several seasons. Deshaun Watson found a way to produce big points, and in the second game, produce a victory with the ball in his hands in the final drive, with the ball in his hands on the final 2 drives needing to score. And then when Jalen Hurts and the Alabama offense countered, Deshaun Watson had the guts and the savvy to do it again against the Bama defense in the waning moments. He's an athlete. We know that. So if he uses that to his advantage and doesn't rely on that, and he has shown every ability to do so, that he knows he's a quarterback and passer and manager of the offense first, and he's an athlete second. He knows that. So my little advice for Bill O'Brien, who knows a whole lot more about football than I do, and that could get him into trouble, my advice would be to dumb down the offense just a bit. Realize the player that you have. Realize that you need a quarterback. You have a very good team, especially on defense, and you have some playmakers at wide receiver in William Fuller and in DeAndre Hopkins, former Clemson player as well. You have those guys in place. Bill O'Brien loves to scheme. He loves to match things up. He loves an exotic, complicated offense that's going to trick a defense. This is not the quarterback you have right now, Bill O'Brien. It may never be the quarterback you have in Deshaun Watson, but he's certainly not that player right now. Make it simple. Make it understandable. And Deshaun Watson will thrive at the next level. Yes, he turned it over 30 times through the air the last 2 seasons. Curiously, after 14 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions as a freshman, he really took care of the football. Yes, he missed a little bit of time, but he played 3/4 of the season as a freshman and 14-2 touchdown to pick ratio. Then he got a little bit careless with the football, maybe trusted himself or his wide receivers a bit too much. But when it counted, not just in the national championship game, this is the track record for Deshaun Watson. Big games this season against Louisville. He stepped up in the clutch. North Carolina 2 years ago in the ACC championship game when they needed a ton of yards and points. He did it against Virginia Tech this past ACC championship game. And the only game that they lost, 43-42. He put up the points. His defense was awful on that day. So Deshaun Watson, given the right support, which I believe he has from a defense that can play and also from playmakers. The offensive line, not so much, but Bill O'Brien is key here in developing Deshaun Watson. He is the 12th overall pick to the Houston Texans, and Deshaun Watson is a boom on the next level. We always invite your discussion, your comments, your questions, so we can have the back and forth right here on Mark Rogers TV.